Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Friday, March 28th, 2025. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Mark Brantley, will host his next press conference on Monday, March 31st. The press conference will be held at the Cabinet Room on the second floor of the Social Security Building at Penny's Estate. Premier Brantley will provide an update on matters pertaining to Nevis, and members of the press will have the opportunity to ask questions. The Premier's press conference will be broadcast live from 10 a.m. on Nevis Television NTV Channel 99, Nevis Television Facebook page, and Nevis Newscast YouTube channel. Thursday 27th and Friday 28th March saw the Ministry of Agriculture's successful hosting of Agri-Expo 2025. The event commenced on Thursday morning with an opening ceremony which highlighted the successes of the Department of Agriculture over the past year.
Last year, our abattoir would have done significantly well. Our livestock farmers would have done significantly well. Where last year we would have seen an increase of 15% in terms of farmers' payout, reaching almost $800,000 being paid to our livestock farmers here in the island of Nevis. That is no small feat. There are times some would ask that the Agricultural Expo, it's a show. No, it is not a show. What you see here today, it is what's happening on the island of Nevis. What you see here today is a true testimony that we continue to push to ensure food security here on the island of Nevis. Our agricultural depot would have paid out close to $400,000 to our farmers in 2024. That shows that food is being produced on the island of Nevis.
Director of the Department of Agriculture, Randy Elliott, noted that this year's Agri-Expo also saw a significant increase in value-added local products.
Last year, we would have came to the Expo and would have seen a slight decline in terms of the representation of agro-processors on the island. And we would have reached out to them, to new individuals. We would have partnered with the Ministry of Social Development to ensure that we were able to provide training for young agro-processors. If you walk around the grounds, last year, from just having 2, we are up to about 11 individuals here today. That shows that something is happening on the island of Nevis.
The feature address was delivered by Minister of Agriculture, the Honourable Eric Evelyn, on the event's theme, A New Era, Leveraging Technology for Sustainable and Inclusive Agriculture.
It is because we are living in a new era in agriculture why we are seeing so many young persons gravitating to this noble profession of agriculture. It is because we are living in a new era why we can have the culmination of agricultural activities in this two-day activity. It is because we are in a new era of agriculture why we are self-sufficient in egg production for 11 months of the year. It is because we are in a new era why we are self-sufficient in lettuce production throughout the year, except for one variety. It is because we are living in a new era why we can see such excellent produce on display and for sale here at the ETW Park for this grand occasion.
Meantime, Agri-Expo 2025 was held under the patronage of innovative farmer and owner of Nevis Hydro Gardens, Daniel Atherton.
When I entered the Department of Agriculture, I met Mr. Atherton. He was one of those persons who was very instrumental in what Nevis has become famous for. That is called the Nevis model. When the Four Seasons Resort came to Nevis and we established that model, Mr. Atherton was there. Mr. Atherton has worked at the marketing unit and he has been one of our trailblazers for the Department of Agriculture. Of course, he's retired, but he's still very much involved in farming. he has his technology-driven farm at Catesby. And so I want to commend very highly Mr. Atherton for your outstanding contribution to not only the Department of Agriculture, but to agriculture in general on the island of Nevis, in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, and of course he would have touched agriculture in the region as well. And so, Mr. Atherton, heartiest congratulations, well deserved.
Nevis's Agri-Expo 2025 received support from representatives of the Department of Agriculture in St. Kitts, as well as allied agencies including Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, IICA, and Taiwan International Cooperation and Development Fund, Taiwan ICDF. On Wednesday, March 26th, the Premier's Ministry hosted the 5th edition of its Women's Self-Empowerment Workshop at the Malcolm Gishad Recreational Park. Chairperson of the opening ceremony and organizer of the workshop was Special Advisor to the Premier, the Honorable Latoya Jones.
Over the past 4 years, we have welcomed 103 amazing participants. Our numbers for 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024 were 23, 19, 24, and 37 respectively. This year, we are thrilled to announce that we expect 36 participants today, 18 spirited women and 18 determined girls. This year's workshop beautifully resonates with the United Nations theme for all women and girls, rights, equality, empowerment. Our mission is clear: to foster active engagement among women and girls, enhance leadership skills, address vital issues affecting women and girls, enable and share the learning experiences, create valuable networking opportunities for future employment, and establish a robust mentorship program.
The facilitators of the workshop were clinical psychologist Dr. Curtis Clark, along with presenters Stacey Paris and Shanika Jeffers. The topics covered included mental health and well-being, emphasizing self-care, leadership and team building, be etiquette ready, lead like a lady, career development, focusing on future planning and empowering women and girls through mentorship. Jones also spoke about the various career fields that were represented at the workshop.
We have selected 18 outstanding women from diverse professional fields to participate this year. Alongside them, with support from the Ministry of Education, we've invited 18 enthusiastic girls from Forms 1 to 4, 6 from each high school on island. These incredible students were chosen for their alignment with women's career fields, prioritizing those facing challenges and needing encouragement. The career fields represented at today's workshop: auto mechanics, architecture, law enforcement, nursing, entrepreneurship, religion, clothing and textile, which is fashion design, cosmetology, education, agriculture, sports, psychology, performing arts, hospitality, accounting, law, and information technology.
Minister of Gender Affairs, the Honorable Janelle Nisbet, endorsed the 5th edition of the workshop and wished it every success.
I do love that this year we have included our young girls in the program. We want to ensure that you're prepared for the type of woman that you want to become. We're not going to wait and let you fail and then say, you know, we should have done that. We are making an early intervention so that you can ask the questions you need, be inspired by the women who are in the room, and get that mentorship experience. I think I can identify at least 3 women in the room who've already benefited from receiving the Women's Award from the Department of Gender Affairs. Actually, I think I see 4. There might be more that I'm not aware of, but I definitely see 4 for sure who have benefited from that award. And so I want you to be inspired from these women who are professionals in their fields and take this opportunity to learn as much as you can. I'm endorsing this program fully, and I want to say congratulations to Honorable Jones for putting on another event that I'm certain will be quite successful.
The 36 participants received certificates of completion at the end of the one-day workshop presented to them by the Honorable Latoya Jones. St. Kitts and Nevis successfully passed the historic Plastic Waste Reduction Bill 2025. The legislation seeks to regulate and limit single-use plastic production and distribution.
We began in 2024, December, with the ban on the importation of T-shirt plastic shopping bags, to second gear, which is happening in the next couple days, on 31st March 2025, the ban on sale and distribution of those plastics. On the 30th of April 2025, we're moving to the ban on the importation of styrofoam containers and egg crates and single-use plastic straws, which will be followed by a ban on the distribution of these items in July 2025. Our last phase will commence on the 31st of August 2025 with a ban on the importation of single-use plastic plates, cups, and cutlery, followed by a ban on the distribution of the same on the 30th of November 2025. We wanted to make certain that this transition was not rushed or haphazardly done, but rather executed smoothly, sensibly over time, and with full consideration for the undeniable impacts it will have on local individuals, the business owners, the vendors, the consumers, the retailers, and all other stakeholders.
During the March 21st sitting of the National Assembly, the Honorable Dr. Joy Clark, Federal Minister of Sustainable Development, Environment, Climate Action and Constituency Empowerment, underlined the importance of the legislation. She also explained that both evidence and community feedback have guided the legislative process.
So we engage stakeholders, and I will read the entire list. Major supermarkets, Montserrat Plastics, Customs and Excise, Bureau of Standards, Ministry of Tourism, all hotels, Department of Marine Resources, Small Business Development Center, Ministry of Trade, Agriculture, Chamber of Industry and Commerce, water bottle stakeholders, Ministry of Health, bakeries, hardware stores, TDC, ACE, Courts, Builders Paradise, Ricardo, Forum Deco, restaurants, pharmacies. We consulted with every government ministry, including Bureau of Standards, Customs and Excise, Tourism, the Ministry of Finance, Hosford's, Rams Trading, Best Buy, Kuma's, Chinese supermarkets, TDC Group of Companies, Harper's, Food Center, Odi Brisbane, St. Kitts Rotary Club, the Liamiga Rotary Club. Did we leave anybody out? No.
Parliamentarians demonstrated substantial bipartisan support for the bill, displaying a shared dedication to environmental protection and public health preservation. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.